Hello and welcome to the World Climbing Club. 8 men and 8 women have made it to the finals round and they're about to face the enormous lead wall here in Innsbruck. But before we show you all the results and highlights from the final, let's talk about Emmanuel, the first athlete from Uganda, and he was competing in the lead qualies. That was fun.
My name is Emmanuel Onyango. I'm widely known as Okta. A lot of my friends call me Okta. I'm representing Uganda, both lead and boulder. For me to know about climbing and everything, it was 3 years ago. I'm also working home as a cycling guide, so I go on a cycling trip. So we went to a bike trip to the source of the Nile. They are volunteers, so they're living in Uganda for I think a few months, and then we were like having dinner, and then like, Okta, do you know about climbing? We think you can climb, So and I'm like, what's climbing? Like. What's climbing? What's that? And they showed me the pictures and all these things. I'm like, okay. So I show up and they put me on a rope, a harness, and I'm like, okay, it's scary, It seems scary, but it's fun. It looks fun. So I want to do it again. So I start going next weekend. This is my first World Cup, so they message us all the time, send your best climbers, and then we can you see what's around the world and we can send them to represent the country, and then they send me. So Innsbruck has been amazing, it's been hot, but wow, it's fantastic. The views are awesome, like it's an amazing place.
Although it was a tough lead round for him, no doubt he's going to come back stronger next time. We wish Emmanuel the best of luck for the future and we're excited to see what Uganda climbing will bring to the world stage. There are already hundreds of people inside our stadium and they spent a long time queuing outside waiting to get in, so we thought this would be a perfect opportunity to surprise them and find out some predictions. Who do you think is going to win between Cheon So and Eloise Dumont?
Eloise Dumont.
Ooh, interesting choice. I like that. All right, so Eloise versus Luchka Rakovits.
Eloise.
Eloise again. This is a big Eloise fan. Eloise versus Erin McNeice.
Erin McNeice.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Erin McNeice versus Annie Sanders.
Annie Sanders.
Wow, okay. So the static climber versus maybe the more dynamic climber?
Yeah.
Okay. And then finally, you said Annie Sanders, right?
Yeah.
Right, I forgot. Okay, Annie Sanders versus Janja Garnbret.
Janja Garnbret.
Fair enough, Janja takes it then.
Yes.
Okay. So what is your name?
Lars.
Lars, nice to meet you. Right, so I'm going to do the same thing we've done with some other people, but with the men. So who do you think is going to win between Yannick Floe and Do-Hyun Lee?
Do-Hyun Lee.
Do-Hyun Lee versus Satomi Yoshida.
I don't know. Ask her. She's better.
I think Lee.
You think Lee? Okay. Lee versus Alberto Hines Lopez.
Alberto.
Alberto, he's in form at the moment, yeah. So Alberto Hines Lopez versus new school Max Berton.
I still think Alberto.
Still think Alberto, fair enough. Alberto versus Jesse Grouper.
Maybe Jesse Grouper.
Maybe Jesse. Okay, we'll walk a little bit up here because we're keeping the entire queue here. So Jesse Grouper. So did you say Jesse?
Yeah.
Right, Jesse Grouper. So like endurance expert. Jesse versus Toby Roberts. That's a close one.
I think Toby Roberts.
He's on form after Boulder, isn't he?
Yeah.
And finally, Toby Roberts versus Neo Suzuki. Top qualifier.
Toby.
You think Toby? Even though Neo, the top qualifier, only one to yeah?
Yeah, I still think Toby.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Thank you very much, guys. Cheers. Thank you. Right, time to get serious because remember this is the third World Cup of the year for Lead and that Eurohold's overall title is on the line. Let's see who manages, or if anyone can manage to make it to the top of our ginormous Innsbruck lead wall and who is going to be our gold medal winner. The Innsbruck crowd was treated to a beautiful sunset as that sun dipped and set behind the mountains. The women's route was very hard, the men's route perhaps a bit too easy, which created an interesting psychological battle for the climbers. Let's start with the women, and a returning Lučka Rakovic was back on the big stage. She had a fairly low slip on the first dynamic move though, perhaps misjudging it a little. Seventh went to Eloise Dumont, the Belgian athlete climbing in her first ever finals. She made a good correction on the second jump and recovered well. The match move on the orange volumes though proved too hard. Sixth, and Cheon So looked confident down low on the route, cruising through the jump. She fell halfway through the physical section of moves in the middle of the wall. Annie Sanders got the same score as Cheon So, countback making the difference there. She was a bit slow on the route, and perhaps that got in her head a little bit. At just 19, Rosa Recker is making regular finals, and she got a little bit higher than Annie on 31 plus. Top three then, and Erin McNeice takes her third lead medal of the season again, but never fully recovered. Silver goes to Laura Rogera. She dealt with the jump well, something that has caused her problems in the past. Up high, she seemed to miss a clip, and that did cost her, but what a medal. Guess who wins again? The one and only Janja Garnbret. For the fourth time, Janja takes double gold in Innsbruck. Myself and Roxy Perry watched on.
Delicious.
But you know, whereas Laura had about a minute here, Janja's got 2.
Yeah.
And she's going to go into the high point here. So this should be the gold medal for Janja.
I think the crowd knows it too.
Well,
It's getting louder down there.
2 out of 2 for Janja Garnbret. What a comeback. I ran out of words in Boulder, and I might run out of words again here. You know, what do you say?
So, it's just interesting as well that there's so much more climbing to go. But the crowd's really getting behind her.
All the women are sitting. No one is talking to each other down there on the hot seats. They're just watching Janja do this.
Just eyes on. How could you not?
Yeah. 1 minute 19.
Got another specific clip here too.
You got to. Oh, she falls there. Who cares? She's got a gold medal. The men's route saw a lot of tops. For sure, not the ideal result, and it meant the athletes had to focus on performing on what they knew was a toppable climb. Jesse Gruper had a brilliant performance in semis to make his first finals of the year. Pockets caught him out though, not controlling the swing and falling. Perhaps Do-Yeon Lee was a little fatigued from the boulder rounds, and he did look tired up high. 38 plus for him and 7th. In 6th was Max Berton. He couldn't quite repeat that silver from Bali. He was fighting hard on the small yellow crimps before the giant yellow volume sequence. Elbows up as he took the whipper. From Max onwards, all the athletes topped the route. The second most tops in history for an IFSC finals for men. Countback making all the difference. Yannick Floé was first out and climbed with a precise, snappy moves. He knew he had energy to burn at the top and enjoyed hyping the crowd. Satoshi Yoshida is in fourth. He was in cruise control throughout the run. No problems, no drama, but just outside of the podium due to his semi-finals results. With his third bronze of the year was Alberto Hines Lopez. He looked great on the Houdini match, where the athletes swap hands dynamically. From the pocket traverse onwards, it was in no doubt. So silver medal for Toby Roberts to add to his gold medal for Boulder. He chose a very physical method through the pockets after the yellow giant hold. There was a moment of drama at the top where perhaps he had one crowd height too many and came very close to timing out. The winner is Neo Suzuki. He adds gold to his silver won in China. It was tough for him psychologically. He knew it was possible and he was the last one out. Here's what happened.
Yeah,
So
this
that's
is
it.
now a bit dodgy. Hips in. If he can get the pocket, he'll be all right.
I think Neo's going to take a gold medal here. If he can unwind, he'll take it.
yeah.
He's going to take his first gold medal. Neo Suzuki will win here in Innsbruck. That is, yeah,
Nice.
absolutely fair play to you on that one, because to keep that together is impressive. Toby will get put down to silver, but
No, yeah, that's. I'm really happy for him. Like keeping it together, and I mean, yeah.
so that's it for today's show. We'll return soon for speed climbing in Poland. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any action.